Today is February 10th. I'm gonna continue with planting my seeds. I've done some about a month ago, mainly just onion seeds, but today I'm gonna plant peppers and some flowers and herbs. I did save some of my own seeds, and I am only growing really one kind of sweet peppers, which is the mini peppers in orange and red, and I'm gonna grow some jalapenos as well. That's the usual procedure. Just pack the starter mix into 6 packs, and then for the pepper I'm going to put in 2 seeds per station, and I either gonna just pull out the weaker one later on or just blend them all in individual pots later on. So the pepper seeds are easy to sow, they're big, so 2 in each. I can't remember how many peppers I need to plant. I have a 4x8, that's 32, so I need 32 pepper plants. 1 plant per square. So once I've done that, I just go ahead and sprinkle some mix on the top. And this is just out of the bag, Jiffy mix. It's the seed planting mix. And what I do is I pour hot water over it. And you actually have to put a lot of water on it to moisten it. It soaks up a lot of water, and the hot water kills off anything that may be in it, some eggs, some whatnot. I'm gonna put a little more of this mixed on top of this. So I plant my pepper seeds this early because they take longer to germinate than tomatoes and to grow. So usually I plant my peppers in February, and then I plant my tomato seeds in March. That's one. And I'm going to label each of these. So this is the red and the date. So this is, today is 2/10 red. So I'm going to do more. So let's see. I'm going to do one more red. I like the red more. After this, I'll show you how I actually preserve my harvest. Like, how do I preserve the peppers? I preserve them 3 different ways. One is the easiest, is to throw them into the freezer, cut them up and freeze them. The other one is to dehydrate them. That takes the longest. I have a dehydrator that I use. And lastly, but not least, I can them. So I just made a new batch of seed starting mix. As I said, I use Jiffy, and this one is a 3.4 pound bag, and it's still steaming from the hot water, but you need about this big pot of water. So this one is 6 quarts of water. Well, this wasn't really full, so I would say 5 quarts of water to this mix. And then just mix it with a shovel. It's very hot. And then it will be perfect by the time it all soaks up the water. So that's what I use for my seed starts. Here's my setup this year. I already planted the seeds for onions in December, end of December. Usually I wait until January, but I couldn't wait. So I have some red ones and yellow onions. And I planted some Spanish onions, and I think I have like 7 sprouted out of 100. So that went really badly, but the other ones are pretty good. And then I planted some spring onions just last weekend. So this is a week's worth of growth. I have some lavenders growing back there, very poor germination as well. But I have 2 kinds. So just to put this into perspective, the onion growth is actually about a month and a half growth, but I already trimmed these twice. So they're pretty tall, as they are now. It's hard to tell. It's taller than my finger, but they've been cut twice, so they would be really long, and you don't want that. You want them to be strong and thick when you plant them out, so that's the goal. I don't want them tall and weak. And I do see one here that just been pulled out by the cats, and all I do is just push them back in and they'll be good. As I said, the peppers especially, I did a lot of freezing. This is from last year, and I have some kale, cabbage, basil, and some other stuff in there. But the other thing I do is preserving is dehydrating. So like chives, kale. These are carrots, onion, and so forth. I have peppers and tomatoes back there. And lastly, I preserve some in cans. For example, here's some cucumbers from 2017, so technically 2 years old, but it's really just a year and a half, and it's still good. This is in vinegar and sugar for salad, and I'll show you the rest. So again, here's more peppers dehydrated, more onions and kale, some of them from 2017, some of them from 2018. I still have tomato sauce from 2017, all these. And here are my sweet potatoes from last year. So these are about, I would say, 6 months old. All good. Here are my green beans. This is from 2018. I still have some butternut squash that I should eat because they're really good for a long time, but they do go bad eventually. And here are some more green beans. I have more green beans than I thought, but I still have stuff from 2016. There's some cucumbers. I may or may not eat those because I think they're just too old now. Here are my sweet potato slips. These have been broken off the potato itself, and now they're growing their own roots. So this is about a week since it's been harvested from the potato, and I only did 2 potatoes about a month ago, and they're still growing new slips. And all they do is suspend in water. Nothing else. Here's some dried catnip that I dehydrated from my own garden as well. I do keep track of what I plant and when I plant them. So again, the onions were planted end of December. The sweet potato was started end of December. And today I did the peppers. I did some of the herbs. I did some of the flowers. So lavender was planted actually in January. I have to check when. Did this. I did these too. Okay. So in March I'm gonna do the cold weather vegetables like cabbage and so on. And I'm gonna do the tomatoes and the basil and the parsley. And some of these will be directly sown. So the cucumber, zucchini, butternut, potato, beans, they're all directly sown. So we'll check in later. Thanks for watching.